Hey there, welcome to the Earth Tantra YouTube channel. I'm Tara with Earth Tantra, and in this video, I am going to share with you 6 ways for you to connect and become intimate with Mother Earth for not only your well-being, but for your relationship with her. And so before we begin, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my unique background in my relationship with Mother Earth and how you can recreate that with these 6 steps. The reasons why my relationship with Mother Earth is pretty unique is first, not only is my name connected to Mother Earth, meaning earth or hill, I also have an earth science teaching background. So I went to Northwest Missouri State University to study to become an earth science teacher. And so I have this really strong geology and earth sciencey background. So I learned that early on in my life, and that kind of laid the basis for building my relationship with Mother Earth. And then I moved into the wilderness therapy field and taking youth and living with youth, sometimes adjudicated youth or private paid youth, high-risk youth, to reconnect with self through the healing powers of nature was so very important. So not only did I get to witness my own personal experience and transformation of feeling Mother Earth and her healing powers, but also with youth. And so witnessing them change over anywhere between 60 to a year in the field. And I also have a background in outdoor guiding and social services and working with youth. I was a Boys and Girls Club director for some time, so I also have this background of business and nonprofit world. And I also worked for the Forest Service for 3 seasons and leading youth programming and all sorts of amazing things, including my own personal journeys of traveling and hiking the Colorado Trail and lots of nights out underneath the stars. And I also have a wilderness survival background, and I also had the most amazing, very unique opportunity to film a television show called Naked and Afraid years ago, 2015, early on in that year, January, February-ish. And it didn't matter how many nights. I actually spent about 600 nights underneath the stars before I filmed Naked and Afraid. And being out there was much different. I was living in the present moment. I wasn't doing. I was more being. And I was skin to skin with Mother Earth. So the concept of the show is no clothes, no food, no water. And you are filmed within 3 weeks and cameras follow you around. And I had this really profound experience of resetting my body, recentering myself. And ultimately, this prepared me for a spiritual awakening that occurred a few weeks after I returned home. So I have this really unique perspective of being with Mother Earth, being immersed in nature, not only with clothes and guiding other people, but also on a very personal and intimate level. And it wasn't until I started studying Tantra that this spirituality met the practices of earthing in a different way. And a lot of my questions and my own journey made sense to me through weaving in earth-based practices of Tantra. And so what is Tantra? Tantra is so many different things within Tantra. There's hundreds of modalities. Tantra means weaving or tanning for expansion of Tantra. So think of tanning a hide, weaving in the fibers, probably more millions of fibers, but weaving in hundreds of practices, spiritual practices, wellness practices, mindfulness, to improve your life for self-expansion, weaving for expansion of. And the beautiful thing about Tantra is we get to pick and choose these hundreds of practices. We don't need to know them all, even just a few. And those practices can be tantric yoga, breath work, meditation, chakra work, shadow and inner child work, ritual and ceremony, connecting with the body and learning how to connect with others more authentically. There's so many different practices. And with Earth Tantra, we really feel that weaving in the healing powers of Mother Earth, which I will talk about those 6 practices coming up here shortly, how they weave in with our expansion and our connection with self and learning to connect with nature. And so as a level 4 Tantra guide, I am going to walk you through these 6 practices. So there's many different practices in connecting with Mother Earth, but I want to share the 6 with you that really resonate with me and that have worked for a lot of people that I have guided over the years. And I think at least 1 or 2 of these will resonate with you. And I also encourage, after you listen to this video, to challenge you for 6 days. And if you don't want to try each of the 6 practices once a day, to maybe pick one and try it for about 6 minutes per day for 6 days and let me know how it went. I'm really curious to learn the impact that these practices have on you and if you're able to connect and feel and deepen your relationship with Mother Earth, specifically an energetic relationship. So the first practice that I want to share with you is pretty easy, and most people have heard of this practice, and it's something that anybody can do nearly any time. And this practice is called earthing, and that is the direct skin-to-skin contact with Mother Earth. So placing your feet on Mother Earth, your hands, working in the garden without gloves, going barefoot, sitting in a chair, putting the bottoms of your feet on Mother Earth, laying on the beach in your suit without a towel underneath you, or walking along the beach. So skin to skin contact with Mother Earth. And the reason why I'm sharing this one with you first is I feel this one is the most important and even often overlooked, because it's something that we can very seamlessly work into our day. We can sit in a chair and journal or read a book for 10 minutes. We can just simply stand outside on our feet, or if you work in the garden, take off those gloves. It can just be something so simple, and it's something that our kids can do as well very easily. And one of the benefits of earthing is that it lowers our cortisol levels. It helps us become calm and lowers our high vibration of stress and anxiety and burnout and all the other things that we experience in a modern, fast-paced life. And she does this through her frequency. So Mother Earth resonates. She gives off a frequency as a gift, I like to think of it as, for us at a 7.83 hertz, known as the Schumann resonance. And this vibration, our bodies can tune in and pick up through that skin to skin contact with her. And just to kind of give you a gauge of frequencies, when we are in our deepest form of sleep, that can be a 0.5 to about a 4. And then from about a 4 or 5 until about an 8 is a state of very deep calmness. Perhaps it's the time before we go to sleep or wake up, or perhaps if you meditate, this is the state of a deep meditation. And within the 0.5 to 8 is when our body rejuvenates, the cells begin to heal, and our body heals itself. It's such an important time. And so Mother Earth provides this frequency that we can tune in and tap into for self-healing. And then on the other end, a higher frequency. So when we have a normal, non-stressful, calm day, if some of us ever even have one of those, our body functions between about a 9 and a 25. So a nice calm state, relax period will be on the lower end, but we're still functioning. And then about a 12 and higher is when we are learning, when we're able to process things. And then closer to that 25 perhaps might be when we're excited and our energy and our vibration is a lot higher. Maybe it's a party or something that we've been looking forward to. And beyond 25, once we start reaching like that 30 to 40 frequency, is when we're stressed out, is when we have anxiety, we feel overrun, we're burnt out. We might have hypervigilance running our life. And so we want to stay away from that 30 and 40 mark, because that's when our body actually starts breaking down and has the opposite effect when we're in the fight, flight, or freeze mode versus the nice calm state where our body can rejuvenate when we sleep. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is related to number 1, and we are going to talk about tree hugging. Again, this might be one that you've tried before, that you've read about, and it's a pretty common practice. So that saying of that tree huggers are happy huggers is definitely true. And one of the reasons why I'm bringing up trees is that Mother Earth's frequency will move through her natural material, so things like rocks or trees. And trees also hold the ancestral wisdom as she draws in that nutrients from the soil, from the earth below her. And whether that is imprinted nutrients for maybe people who have walked that land, that space before, as their energy has been imprinted on the soil generations before us, possibly. She absorb, or he or they absorb the nutrients into this beautiful tree, and connecting with trees, not only with our ancestral knowledge and wisdom, they also have messages for us. And so hugging a tree, literally putting your arms around a tree, putting your face against a tree, is also very important, because we are able to absorb Mother Earth's frequency through that tree. That tree is the messenger for us. And if you live in an area that experiences winter and a lot of deep snow, like I do at 9,000 feet in Colorado, tree hugging is a really important practice for me in the winter, when I don't want to walk in the snow barefoot or find a freezing rock to stand on, for my earthing practice. So as you are hugging that tree, connecting with that tree, knowing that that tree is moving energy from Mother Earth into you, you can connect and become intimate with that tree through the 5 senses. So smelling the tree, touching the bark, the leaves, the pine needles. What do you smell? What do you feel? You can even lick the tree, taste the tree. Maybe the tree has fruit on it. So taste the tree, become intimate with the tree, listen to the tree. Maybe it's the branches rocking back and forth, or you can actually hear the wood crackling inside, depending on which tree you're listening to, or the leaves rustling in the wind. And then looking at the tree up and down. And so becoming intimate with that tree on a different level. And the third practice I would like to share with you is getting to know and becoming intimate with Mother Earth through her 4 elements. So earth, water, fire, and air. And so establishing a relationship with Mother Earth through her 4 elements. And this could be something as simple as staring at a campfire or a candle flame, sitting in front of the ocean or a river or another body of water, sitting on the ground, staring at the land, whatever landscape you have, being in an open, wide area with the breeze flowing across your body, inhaling the air. And so connecting with Mother Earth through her 4 elements, and even asking a question to one of those elements. We all have an element that we're most drawn to, our healing element, and some of us also have a power element that might be different from our healing element. So my healing element is earth. I need earth because I'm a Libra, I'm up in the air, and without my relationship with Mother Earth, without being grounded with her, I'm way too much in my head. And my power element, though, the one where I feel I have most energy and success and vibrance, I want to say, is the element of fire. That one just gets me really, really excited. That's, to me, that's a very like primal element for me. Yeah. And so if we have something that we want to meditate on, or something's really bothering us, why not turn to elemental wisdom? And this is something that many Native American and other peoples across the world did. They built a relationship with Mother Earth, with nature, through the elements. So why aren't we doing that today? Why aren't we teaching our kids to seek those answers, to seek those messages through the nature that surrounds us? And I also want to point out that one tradition too is also facing one of the 4 cardinal directions. And so oftentimes this is tied to a medicine wheel, or just in general, facing the direction in which we seek guidance. And the direction of north is connected to Mother Earth. The direction of east is connected to air. South is connected to fire, and west is connected to water, at least here in above the equator in the northern hemisphere. And in other places of the world, it could be a little bit different. But one tradition is to face that direction, and calling in guidance for that direction can be really powerful as well. And the 4th practice that I want to share with you is something super simple. It's a Taoist practice, an earth-based Taoist practice, an energy exchange. And I feel this one is really important when we put this mindful consciousness behind the energy exchange. And this can be done inside or outside. I personally like to do this practice outside while I'm earthing. And if you just close your eyes for a moment, I'll walk you through this practice. No matter where you are, you can be in a high-rise building, and that's okay. But we're going to close our eyes for a minute. And so as you're closing your eyes, make sure that your feet are facing below you, down to the earth, down to the ground. And with each inhale, you are going to actualize energy, no matter how far below Mother Earth is from you, from Mother Earth, radiating, being absorbed into the bottoms of your feet, coming up through your legs, and all the way into your heart. And then on the exhale, you're going to release that energy from your heart all the way back down through your legs, down through the bottoms of your feet, back into the Mother Earth. And so we're going to inhale. Hold in your heart. Exhale. All the way back down, out into Mother Earth. Inhale new, renewed energy. Hold in the heart and release. Back down into the earth. And so take another moment to do this at your own pace. And you can either keep your eyes closed and continue this breath, this energy exchange with Mother Earth, or you can open your eyes when you're ready. And what this practice does is we are beginning to exchange energy intimately, with an energy exchange, which is very tantric, with Mother Earth. And so in the Taoist way, we believe that Mother Earth is able to take our wasted energy, our unwanted energy, our muddy energy as we give it to her. And she is able to renew and rebirth this energy as we bring and absorb that energy and help clear out our energy centers. If you study chakras, you can move it through the chakra system up into the heart, renewing the heart with love, peace, joy, and happiness from Mother Earth, and then releasing that energy all the way back down and out to Mother Earth. And also be reminded that Mother Earth is the ultimate mother. She provides for us no matter how we treat her. She provides for us all of the resources that we need to live upon her. And she can take our energy. If you're going through a really messy, muddy, fucked up time, do this practice with her. Release that unwanted energy back into her. She is the ultimate mother. She is there for us, to care for us and support us. So please, please keep that in mind. So the next one I want to share with you is number 5, and this is belly breath. This is one of my favorite practices. It's the breath that keeps us renewed and vitalized. And I'm gonna introduce belly breath to you, just a little taste of it. I will include a link below on 2 guided belly breath sessions on the YouTube channel here that you can learn a little bit more about belly breath. But I invite you again to close your eyes and just breathe as you would normally. And begin to bring your attention and your awareness to where you are breathing. Is it in your lungs, in your heart space, up in your shoulders? Maybe it's a little bit down lower in your tummy. No right or wrong place to breathe right now. We're just breathing our natural state of breath. Now begin to shift into the belly. This is the area above and below the belly button. And you're welcome to place your hands here if you would like. As you breathe into your belly, we want to expand the belly, puff it out, putting aside any shame we have around a big belly. We want to let that belly fill up and become big. In Tantra, a nice big puffy belly is a sexy belly. So connect with that actualization. And then on the exhale, you want your belly to fall. So inhale, puff out. Exhale, let it fall. The belly breath is considered our life cycle breath, the breath that we're born with, the breath that we sleep with in that deep state of sleep, of a 0.5 to 4 frequency, hertz frequency. And it's also the breath that most of us will die with, our life cycle breath. So just a nice, gentle belly breath. Puffing out on the inhale, letting it fall on the exhale. Doesn't matter if you're breathing through your nose or your mouth, just set that aside. Just a nice, relaxed belly breath. And when you're ready, there's no rush. Begin to shift back into whatever breath feels best for you. I invite you to open your eyes gently, no rush, and come back to the screen between us. And so belly breath, one way to become intimate with Mother Earth and to build your relationship with her, especially a mother-child relationship. Surrendering to our mother, the ultimate mother, is to lay on our bellies with Mother Earth. And if you can, skin to skin, lift up that shirt, place your belly on her. The preference is without a towel underneath, but if you absolutely have to have a towel, then go for it. But to place your belly to belly, breathing belly to belly with Mother Earth, letting her hold you, letting her coddle you, letting her support you, feeling her energy and absorbing that frequency through your belly. The place where our umbilical cord was connected to our birth mother, you can connect that intimate space with her through belly to belly breath. All right, let's move on to the last practice. This one is kind of the juiciest and one of the most fun practices in becoming intimate with Mother Earth. And so as we shifted a little bit in this last practice of surrendering and connecting with our childlike state, with belly to belly with Mother Earth, we're going to take this a little bit deeper. And the last practice is to shed some of our layers, literally, and to feel her. So the sensation of touch, And what I mean by this is taking off some of your clothes. Whether or not you want to take all of your clothes off, whatever your preference is up to you. This practice gives a sense of primal raw energy in our childlike state, a sense of freedom. It's so beautiful. And for those of you who have been naked in nature before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And a way to connect with her where you don't have to be naked either is putting on your bathing suit or just shedding off, maybe if you don't wear shorts, maybe usually wearing shorts or a halter top, and to also connect with her skin. And by this, I mean, look at this, give yourself a dirt bath. How fun is that? Give yourself a dirt bath, a mud bath. If it's rain, go outside, put your toes in the mud, squish that mud between your toes and your feet, rub it all over you. Oftentimes our triggers are, oh, but now I have to take a shower, or I don't like the feel of dirtiness. Just put that off to the side and get dirty with Mother Earth. Her dirt has microbes in it that is so important for us to absorb into our body to be healthy. Really beautiful probiotics live within her. And have fun with this. Whether it's sand, dirt, mud, it doesn't matter. Have fun with her. Let your inner child shine. Be playful. Surrender to the moment and let that raw primal energy come out and be rebirthed. And so again, all of these practices not only physically and energetically heal us, but they also make us more happier because we are in a calmer state of mind. We can be playful with these practices, live in the moment, and be much more grounded. And who doesn't want to be a happier person? I don't know anybody that does not truly want to be a happier person. I encourage you to share below any comments. If you've practiced any of these, please share what you experienced. It always helps other people to learn and read what others have experienced besides just the guide in front of the screen in the video. Practices like this have changed other people's lives. So be an advocate. Let people know how earthing, how naked in nature, how connecting with the four elements, energy exchange, belly to belly breath with Mother Earth, any of these practices has helped and guided you in your life. I would really appreciate it if you would share that below. And I do read these comments and will connect and comment back with you. So thank you so much for spending this time with me within this video and staying connected. If you want to sign up for the Earth Tantra newsletter, go to earthtantra.com and it's at the bottom of any page, and you can get updates on any events that are coming up virtual or in person, or private sessions or private retreats with me.